Damn it, I hate when I do that. Hello everyone, in today's video I have a fun one for you guys. We will be unboxing the Potomac Beads Best Bead Box Treasure Edition, and the theme for this box really inspired me to think of campfires and, you know, like when you used to go to summer camp. If you went to summer camp, you made new friends, and what did you do with your new friend? You always wanted to make friendship bracelets. Well, at least I think I went down that rabbit hole. That's where we were going with the theme of this box. But besides friendship bracelets, I think it was always fun to tell spooky stories around the bonfire or the campfire. So while I am showing the friendship bracelet that we're going to be making today, I'm going to be telling some spooky stories. The whole video is summer camp themed. We've got campfire spooky stories, we've got friendship bracelets, so hold on to your camp hats. Do we wear camp hats? Hold on to your sleeping bags. Let's do that. Hold on to your sleeping bags, and let's get started first with seeing what's in this box. All right, so here we have the box. This box, unfortunately, I'm a little late on it. I apologize. We will be doing October soon. This one is September's box. So let's get started. And as I mentioned, this one is called Happy Camper Treasure Box. Escape from the city lights and settle in beside our campfire. Scarlet and amber flames illuminate the dark woods around us, giving a slight glimpse of tall, dense foliage and mossy rocks beneath our feet. Allow the crackling fire to lull you into a perfectly peaceful state of mind as you explore the contents of your treasure box. So here we have check, oval, red and black swirl. Look at how they have little specks of black swirl, and they are clear, and then they have those, you know, like little marks inside. We have a cup button bead in jet bronze. Got one. Ooh, look at these are pretty. They are mirror faceted seamless mirror round beads, 8mm premium gunmetal plating. Like I said, these are 8mm and they are pretty fun looking. Then we have the check round beads, opal, bronze, luster, and 6mm. These are fun. They're opal on one side, and then you've got your bronze luster. So these are really pretty too. Then there's the check glass tile beads and opaque sunflower. Look at how pretty these are. They've got like a Picasso finish to them. Look at these fun ones. Lamp work beads. So look, we've got like these tubes. Then we have these check glass rounds, light topaz in 4mm. These are designed coin bead in red. They're fun. Look at how the stamp is. That's pretty cool. Then we have check faceted round tiger blend, 1 strand. Fun. Oh, how pretty are these? And all the links for this box, and if you want to subscribe to the box, will be in the description box below. This box is sent to me, so thank you. First of all, thank you so much, Potomac Beads, for sending this to me. I truly enjoy supporting Potomac Beads because they've been around for a long time, and they really have very good quality beads. They're really good company. Then we have check glass smooth round dark topaz and 8mm. We have a little kitty. Check glass cats. Got one. How cute is that? I'm gonna put him over here with a button since he's all by himself. Then we have the check trapezoid. How cool is that? Then we have check glass flower cup, yellow green swirl. That's pretty. Got the yellow green swirl here. These are the gemstones. These are sodalite round beads and 4mm. So these are sodalite beads. They're real. Another lonely guy. It's a ceramic button. How fun is this? Look at the ceramic button. You can tell the ceramic on the back. These are check glass nugget slices, transparent smoky. That's a smoky quartz type, but it's glass. Then you've got the sides that are flat. It's almost like it's a table cut. Then I have metal frame findings in silver. These are fun because you can, when you thread them, you can put little one bead inside of them. They make a really pretty frame for beads. Look at how pretty these are. The our Potomac crystal bicones topaz 4mm. How pretty are those? Ooh, look at these ruby red ones. Well, they're not ruby, they're garnet. It says Potomac Crystal Bicones Garnet Opal 4mm. Garnet Opal. They are so much prettier in person. And last but definitely not least, we have some Bead Tech knotting cord in brown. Best in beading technology. Nylon cord for machine knotting and crafting. Knotting. Oh, not machine. What am I saying? For macrame knotting and crafting. I was thinking machine. But this is the cord. Really pretty. This is what we're going to be using to make our friendship bracelets. All right. So this is the, like I said, you get a lot more. Like I've said in previous videos, you get a lot more beads in the new revamped Potomac Beads Best Bead Box. We do have another bead box, which is full of kits that you can see both of those on their website. So without further ado, let's get into some friendship bracelets and some spooky stories. All right, so we're going to start out with our bracelet. We're going to be using the knotting cord 0.8mm, and then we're going to be using the dark topaz round beads, the lampwork beads, and the tiger beads, along with the copper button. To start off with, I am going to be taking, I normally, oh, and then I have this little piece, this little round that I made of wire. I think it'll look really pretty as a center accent. So I'll be adding that. And now what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be taking, well, I normally am 16 centimeters. So I'm going to go 4 times that amount. I know it seems like a lot, but when you start knotting, it does use up a lot of, plus the beads, it does use up a lot of cord. So if you want to times it on your calculator, I'm just going to count 4 times my measurement, my wrist measurement. All right, so cut that, put that to the side, and then we don't need this either. And I'm just going to cut this in half, like so, and then cut that in half. And then what you can do is on each side, well, first we're going to just knot this, add the center piece on here. That's why I cut it in half. So center here, and like that. Basically it's just a circle, and then I wrapped around every which way some, I think it was 26 gauge wire on the circle. I used, I don't remember what size. I think this is 1.5 inch mandrel that I used for this one to make the circle. So again, and then I'm just going to go straight across, which would be about here. And yeah, it should be about right. Let me see. No, you know what? I'm just going to move this wire a little bit. There, make myself some space, because I don't want it to look lopsided on my bracelet. Oops, sorry if I'm out of frame, but I just moved the wires side to side, and then now I'm just going to tighten it. And then let me show you first what I'm going to do, and then we'll go on to our spooky tales. Pretend that we're in front of a campfire. You can use a lighter to turn this into a needle, make it nice and stiff on both sides. So I'm going to go and do that. Now with some beads, I don't think that, like for example, on the lampwork beads, we'll probably be able to do both of these guys, fit both sides. See how this fits in both? But I think that for like these guys, I don't think we'll be able to fit 2 of them. So when you have that, when I have that, what I do is just I take one side, either or, doesn't really matter. Bring that through here, there. Bring it through one side, and that's okay. And then just make a little knot right there. Make sure you leave it loose so that you can walk it down to the bead. That's how I normally do it. I walk the knot all the way down to that bead. See? And so I'm going to continue with that while I'm showing you what I'm doing. We'll be talking about some spooky stories like if we were at a bonfire or campfire. All right, let's get started. Nestled in the heart of Mexico, San Luis Potosí is not just a beacon of history and culture. It's a town where the past never truly rests. Beyond its colonial beauty and rich silver mining heritage, whispered tales echo through its cobblestone streets. Tales of the unseen, the unexplained, the paranormal. Join me as we journey into the mysteries that cloak this town, where every corner might hold a story waiting to send a shiver down your spine. It is said that during the colonial era of San Luis Potosí, there existed a witch known as La Maltos. Maltos was her last name. She was not only powerful in the dark arts, but also held a significant position within Potosí society. Despite serving dark purposes, she held an important role in the Inquisition, possessing the power to decide the fate of individuals, often condemning them to death and torture. Despite the existing curfew, La Maltos enjoyed the privilege of wandering the city's cobblestone streets late into the night, aboard a cart driven by two black horses. The grinding sound of the wheels on the street edges and the frantic breathing of the horses sent chills down the spine. Many knew of her power, but none dared confront her because of her protection from the authorities. She resided in what now is known as Arcos y Piña, a vast residential complex built by a powerful family, which also served as a location for the Inquisition to conduct its horrific deeds. It was here that La Maltos performed her powerful spells, involving bizarre and cruel acts, which sometimes even resulted in people's deaths. Using her status, she executed the condemned, sometimes those she herself had accused. Her ambition for power and control grew, leading her to make a grave error. One day, she sacrificed two individuals belonging to one of the most influential families in Potosí. This act of murder was no longer tolerated by the authorities. She was now condemned in the Plaza de los Fundadores before the entire town for killing those two individuals and also accused of witchcraft. La Maltos did not defend herself and accepted all her crimes. However, she requested to make a drawing in memory of her life in her dwelling before her execution. Some authorities still held her in high regard, so they allowed her request. Accompanied by the chief of police, the mayor, and guards, she was escorted to her room. There, La Maltos began to draw a cart with black horses, similar to the one she used during the cold nights of San Luis Potosí. But upon completion, the people were horrified to see the drawing come to life, emerging from the wall. Seizing the moment, La Maltos climbed onto the terrifying carriage. With a scream, she ordered the horses to move forward. The most terrifying moment was when the carriage eerily flew into the wall and vanished, with La Maltos departing with a haunting laugh. Some say that La Maltos always acknowledged her wickedness and the sins she bore. Therefore, she never swore revenge on the people of Potosí for condemning her. In the Piña building, many supernatural events are said to occur, perhaps due to the spirits of those tortured and sacrificed by the Inquisition or by La Maltos, or perhaps lost souls from other times with their own tales. Let's move on to our next campfire story. There's a chilling account, whispered with trepidation, of a mysterious incident that befell a taxi driver in the city of San Luis Potosí on a cold, solitary dawn in November many years ago. Mr. Morales was driving his taxi north of the city when, as he passed by the XOXO cemetery, he felt a slight shiver. Through the mist, he noticed a strange figure signaling him from the ancient arches outside the cemetery. Drawing closer, he discerned a woman dressed in black, her piercing gaze fixed on him as she approached the car. Once inside, Mr. Morales could clearly see the profound sadness in her eyes. Her husky, dry voice requested to be taken to a certain temple. Although he informed her that the temple would be closed at 3 in the morning, she insisted, saying she'd merely kneel for a few minutes to pray outside its doors. And so they arrived at the San Francisco temple amidst the enveloping darkness. The woman stepped out, slowly approached the temple doors, knelt briefly in prayer, crossed herself, and then returned to the taxi. To Mr. Morales' surprise, she then asked to be taken to the San Miguelito parish. He complied, waiting a short while before she returned. This pattern repeated itself as they visited 4 more churches with the mysterious pale woman praying outside each one of its doors. Finally, she told Mr. Morales that her last stop would be the Saucito Lord's Temple. After completing her prayer there, she requested to be dropped back at the arches outside the Saucito Cemetery, where he had first picked her up. Finding it odd to drop someone off at a graveyard, especially at this hour, and with the gates clearly locked, Morales hesitated. However, before he could protest, she handed him a sealed envelope and an old gold medal in lieu of payment, asking him to collect the fare from her brother at the address on the envelope. When Morales turned around, the back seat was empty. He glimpsed the lady in black disappearing into the cemetery's arches, vanishing amidst the thick fog. The next morning, upon examining the medal, Morales discovered the name Socorro engraved on it. He decided to visit the address where he met the brother, a lawyer, who, upon hearing the story and seeing the medal, revealed that it had indeed belonged to his elder sister Socorro, who had passed away months ago. She had left behind a religious vow unfulfilled, apparently. Hearing this, Morales was struck by overwhelming fear, remembering the unearthly voice and the gaze of the mysterious woman. He then fled without accepting any payment. Tragically, Morales passed away shortly after, rumored to have succumbed to an eerie ailment our ancestors referred to as espanto, terrifying shock. According to the tale, it seems that the lady in black visited 7 temples on that fateful night. Would you dare pass by an ancient cemetery at 3 in the morning? Let me know in the comments below. So if you're probably wondering why I chose San Luis Potosí, Mexico to share these paranormal tales with you guys, I mean, we find these types of stories all over the world in different cultures, and there's many here in the U.S., but I spent time recently in Mexico, as I've mentioned before, and it reminded me when I lived in Mexico during my teen years and how we had all these spooky stories and tales and superstitions, and I've always been fascinated with all this, especially now when the Day of the Dead is around the corner and there's so many tales and stories that people tell. And it reminded me of my aunt as well. She would sit down and talk to us about all these spooky paranormal stories that she had, and it would keep us in awe for hours. So Mexico is just kind of like that. It's imbued with so much tradition, and especially San Luis Potosí. As I mentioned in the beginning of the telling of these stories, San Luis lends itself perfectly to this type of spooky storytelling, because once nighttime falls, you start to see the cobblestones just kind of stand out more. The buildings with their shadows and their antique architecture, you could totally see the European influence in the types of buildings that there are, but at the same time, the colors, the darks. I mean, everything is just perfect for these types of tales. There's also alleyways. The streets are not exactly, built the same width. There's smaller, there's more narrow streets, there's larger streets, and it's just perfect. It's just perfect. So let me know what you guys think about these stories, and don't forget to share some of your own if you want to down in the comments. Thank you so much for listening, and let's move on to finish our project. All right, you guys, so here's the finished bracelet. I tried it on. It was too tight for my hand. So this guy is going to go up on the Etsy website. I have to be honest, I should have tested it before. Usually I use 4 times the you know, this was kind of designed on the fly, but usually I use 4 times my wrist size. But because these beads are larger, they take up more bulk, and therefore it was a little bit too small. It's a little bit too tight on me. I will put it up on my Etsy site and see if anybody's interested in enjoying it. I know I won't. I'll probably make another one for myself because I really like the design. But again, I need to take into account these beads that make it taller, so make the bracelet tighter. So just a tip for you guys. Again, I don't do a lot of knotting. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you like it? You know, you can use other beads. That would be another center. You can make a clay bead. I mean, there's so many ways you can go, but I really like the gold touch to it. I mean, even though I can't put it on, but you can see how pretty that looks. Just like that. I'm going to make a bigger one because I really like the way the center, you know, and the beads. These lampwork beads are so pretty, and I use the 2 brown ones. So like I said, this one is going up in my Etsy shop. I still have to put some glue on each side of the knot to make sure that they do not come unraveled. And some glue here by the button, but it works perfectly. It closes perfectly. So again, let me know what you guys think. And I really like this cording as well. So again, thank you to Potomac Beads for sending me the box. And don't forget to hit that likes button. It really helps my channel out. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well if you want to see more videos like these with different themes. I think I'm enjoying making them that way. That way it's not just... I love beads, don't get me wrong. And I'm never bored by them. But I know that the videos can get a little tedious, so I figured a little breakup might help. So let me know if you're liking this style of videos by liking the video and by subscribing so you can see more of them. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!